contact force are muscular force and frictional force. And this muscular force and frictional force, they need direct contact with the bodies in order to act.
Yeah.
Right. And do you have any doubt?
No.
Okay. The next one, yeah, non-contact force. See, first one, what is this?
It's an apple falling.
Yeah, yes. What force? Which kind of force is pulling the apple down?
The gravitational force.
Very good. So gravitational force. Does the apple is in direct contact with the earth, with the surface of the earth?
No.
No. So gravitational force is a non-contact force which does not need direct physical contact.
Mm.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
next one, electrostatic force.
Yeah.
What do you mean by electrostatic force?
It's like when like
Hmm.
the it's a force like that the charges exert on each other.
Yes, very good. The force exerted by charges is called electrostatic force. Very good, Hridya. So, electrostatic force is also an example for non-contact force because it does not trigger direct physical contact.
Yeah.
And the next one,
Magnetic force.
yes, magnetic force. It is also a non-contact force which does not trigger a direct physical contact, right?
Yeah.
The magnet attracts all the magnetic objects towards it.
Yeah.
So is also an example for non-contact force. Is
Yeah.
it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, so we have discussed about contact and non-contact force and the examples.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can do an activity. Mm, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. What can you see in this screen?
Sum of forces is equal to zero.
Yes. See, suppose, see, see, yeah, here the object is at rest, right? Hello, Hridya. Hello, Hridya.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. So here, uh, do you like blue or red?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. Now, see here, the object is at rest right now.
Yeah.
Now, what happens? Can you guess which one win the game, blue or red?
Blue will win because there's nobody on right side.
Yes. Yeah. Blue will wins, right?
Yeah.
Blue wins. So, if this blue applied a force on this object, right?
Yeah.
As a result, the objects move in this direction.
Yeah.
And now, see, in this case, actually, is the sum of force is zero here?
No. Is the
No.
person pulling it?
Yes, yes. This blue exerts some force on this body. So the force, there is some force acting on this body. Here, the sum of force is not equal to zero, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah. Now what happens? Who will win?
Nobody will. It'll just stay in one place.
Yeah. Why?
Because from both sides there is force that's going to stay stationary.
uh, yeah, in both the sides, force is exerting in equal and it is the object is under equal and opposite forces, right?
Yeah.
Left force and right force, which are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction.
Yeah.
So the sum of the forces will be zero,
Yeah.
right? So object does not move. So we know that if you want to move an object, we need to exert some force.
Yeah.
If the sum of the forces is equal to zero, then the body will not move like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually here the object is under multiple forces, right?
Mm.
Now who will wins?
Red will win.
Yes, red will win. Yes. Let's see. Red wins. Very
Yeah.
good. And is the sum of the forces is zero here?
No.
No. So the sum of the forces is not equal to zero here, and the objects move in the direction of red.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if we want to see, if we want to the sum of the forces zero, what I would like to do in the situation,
Like adding it.
adding.
Adding one more, like same equal amount of
Ah,
force.
do I add blue or red?
Blue,
Blue. This blue or this blue?
the smallest one on there.
Yes, the smallest one. Yes. Then the object will be see, object will not move, right? It
Yeah.
remains at rest. The sum of forces will be zero, right?
Yeah.
So what's happening here actually? If we apply multiple forces on a body,
Yeah.
this is a situation where we are applying multiple forces on this body, right?
Yeah.
So if multiple forces are acting on this body, and these multiple forces are equal and opposite. See, these are equal and opposite, right?
Yeah.
They are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. This right force and left force has equal magnitudes, but
Yeah.
their direction is opposite. So, if equal and opposite forces are acting on a body, the sum of the force will be, can you feel? Sum of the forces will be, hello?
Yeah. Hello.
So what happens if apply equal and opposite forces on this body, then the sum of the forces will be
Zero.
zero. Very good. So if I apply equal and opposite forces to an object, the sum of the forces will be zero and the object will not move.
Okay.
Okay. Now, yeah, who will wins?
Red, because there's more force.
Yeah, the right force is greater than the left force here. And here the sum of the forces is not equal to zero, and the object will move towards the greater force. Which is the greater force here, red or blue?
Red.
So the object will move in the direction of red. See this? Yes. Now what happens again? What is the sum of force here?
It's zero because both have equal forces and
Because the forces are in equal magnitude and opposite in direction.
okay.
So, if we apply equal forces of equal magnitude and opposite in direction, the sum of the forces will be zero. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the object will not move, and we can say this situation as balanced force is acting on this object.
Yeah.
What is this?
Balanced force
Yes.
acting on object.
Yes. If we apply multiple force on an object and the sum of the forces, it turned out to be zero, then that force is called balanced force.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
The sum of the forces is zero because the forces are acting in opposite direction and also their magnitude are equal.
Yeah.
So forces of equal magnitude and opposite direction act on an object. The sum of the forces will be zero, and we can say that the body is under balanced forces.
Okay.
Balanced forces. Is it clear?
Yeah.
And we have seen that under balanced force, the object will not move.
Yeah.
The balanced forces cannot change the state of motion of an object. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now what happens? Is it the sum of the force 0 here?
No.
And the object will move in the
Like left direction.
yes, blue wins. So if multiple force acts on a body and the sum of the forces is not equal to 0, then the body is under unbalanced force. What is that?
Unbalanced force.
So the sum of the forces is not equal to 0 here.
Yeah.
So if a multiple force act on a body and the sum of the force is not equal to 0, we can say that the body is under unbalanced force.
Yeah.
And an unbalanced force can change the state of motion of an object.
Mm.
The object will move, right? Or we can say that the object will change its state of motion.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so coming back to our slide, so what we have learned? We have learned balanced and unbalanced forces, right?
Yeah.
So now can you describe what is balanced force?
When the net force of an object is zero, and they're both balanced in magnitude.
Yeah. See, net force means instead of net force, or we can say that some of the forces also.
Okay.
Okay. So when the net force acting on an object is zero, or the sum of the forces acting on an object is zero, the forces are said to be balanced.
Mm.
How the forces are balanced? How the net force is zero? Because these forces are acting in opposite direction and their magnitudes are equal.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
If the magnitudes are not equal, then the sum of the forces is not equal to zero.
Yeah.
Then we cannot say that forces are balanced. It is unbalanced.
Yeah.
So when the net force on an object is not zero, the forces are said to be unbalanced.
Yeah.
And if the does the balanced force can change the state of motion of a body?
No, balance force cannot.
Cannot, but unbalanced force can,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we need to exert an unbalanced force. Suppose an unbalanced force is needed for to change the motion of a body.
Mm.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So we have learned about force in this class, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any doubt?
No.
Okay, so I would like to ask a question.
Okay.
Mm, this, suppose, can you see the ball in my hand?
Yeah.
Now I'm starting squeezing it.
Yeah.
Which means I'm applying a force here.
Mm-hmm.
And this, see, on the either direction force is acting, right?
Yeah.
So my question is that, is it balanced or unbalanced force?
It'll be unbalanced.
Suppose I'm applying equal magnitude forces on opposite direction.
Then it's balanced.
Yeah. And my question is that, is the balanced force can change the shape of the body?
Mm, no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is very good. So balanced forces can only change the shape or size of a body.
But not the state of motion.
Yes. But unbalanced forces can change the
Yeah.
state of motion of a body. That's the difference. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have learned about force, about the basic, some basic concept of force in this class, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's time to revise the topics what we have learned in this class. So what we have learned in this class? First, we learned about the definition of force, right?
Yeah.
Can you remember the definition of force?
Um, the push or pull of an object is given as force It is a vector quantity,
Yes.
and it includes direction as well as magnitude.
Yes. Very good. Yeah. Then we had learned about the effect of force, right? Hello. Hello, Hridya.
Yeah,
Am I audible?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So then we had discussed about the effects of force.
Yeah,
What are they?
they can change the shape, the state of motion.
Hmm.
Um, like it can change shape.
They can change the direction of a moving body. Okay. Then we had learned about the types of forces.
Yeah,
Can you
contact and non-contact force.
contact force? Very good. And can you give some examples for contact force?
Muscular force
Hmm.
and um,
Frictional force.
yeah,
Okay. Now the examples for non-contact force.
like frictional force.
Non-contact force.
Ah, yeah, non-contact force, like gravitational force and magnetic force.
Gravitational force, magnetic force, electrostatic force.
Okay.
All these are examples for non-contact force.
Yeah.
And then we had discussed about balanced and unbalanced forces, right?
Yeah.
So, what is balanced force?
Like when they are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction.
Hmm. Huh. Acts on
And
the
the
body.
sum of
Oh,
forces is zero.
then the body is under,
Balanced forces.
and this balanced force can change only the
A shape of the
shape
object.
of the body. And what is unbalanced force?
The forces are not equal in magnitude,
Uh,
but they act in the maybe in the same direction or maybe not.
Either in the same direction or in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Then the net force will be zero.
Mm,
And the
no.
unbalanced forces can change the state of motion of a body.
Balanced forces cannot change the state of body.
Yes, actually, in our day-to-day life, these in order to do any physical activity, actually we are applying an unbalanced force on these objects.
Mm,
So unbalanced forces or the concept of force is really an important one in our day-to-day life.
yeah.
Okay, so that's all about today's class. And do you have any doubt?
No.
No. Is it clear? Or is it
Yeah.
all the concepts are, I hope that all the concepts are clear for you, clear to
It's
you.
yeah.
Okay. And if you like the class, please contact our academic coordinator in the team call.
Okay.
Okay. So it's time to wind up the class, Vidya. Thank you.